Thank you for joining us for this week's session of dedication. Fans, remember the Bay City Rollers. This is our second installment with Diane and Jan from Spain. You will remember we ended last week with Diane rewinding a bit and getting ready to tell us all about her and Ian Mitchell living together for 4 years. Let's get right to it, shall we? Here we go.
So, in 1976, and I met Ian and got friendly with him, and then he left the Rollers and he was at a Stone, and they came to live in London. They was living in hotels in London, so I used to go and meet them and have a laugh and that with them. And one day I was there, and Terry had Eric's baseball shirt on. So I said, "Rich, I said, you can get that off. I'm having that." So he did. He gave it to me.
The number 9 shirt, right?
Yeah, number 9 shirt. Yeah. So I got to know Ian's band quite well then, and then when they started going to Headley Street, I just seemed to bond with him. Just seemed to have he's like a brother. He's like my brother. Just like a relationship with him. And I used to go to Rosetta Stone. We used to go to all their gigs and everything else, and then I lost contact with him for a while when he had the Ian Mitchell band. I lost contact with him. Then at the end of 1979, the beginning of 1980, his band were playing. So I thought, let's go and see him. And I went to see him in concert, and then I got back with him again. And then he was living at Lindsay's flat, and I wanted to get a flat. So we said, well, we'll get a flat together, which we did.
Wow.
And I shared the flat with him for 4 years.
With Ian Mitchell. That
was an experience.
All right, well, tell us some stories there. Come on, dish. We want dish.
Well, some stories can't tell you, but some stories can tell you. I mean, I used to let the fans in because I used to feel sorry for them. I think, well, I know what it's like. So I used to come home from work, they'd be all the Japanese doing my housework, I'm doing the cooking. I thought she's fantastic.
That's not a bad deal.
They do the ironing, the cooking. I thought she's great. And I just, like, he started his band La Rocks, and they used to play, and they had a following and that, and
so
he was just like my brother.
Oh, that's so nice. And do you have contact with him still?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay, we can imagine why.
No, well, yes. I'm still talk to his family. I'm still friends with his brother and his sister, but I don't have no contact with him. But so be it.
Yeah.
I mean, times have changed as well now. I mean, when he used to stay with me, and it was a different life to the life I've got now. I mean, I've got a husband now, so times are things are a bit different, and like children and that, the lifestyle that Ian had was miles away from the lifestyle that I have now. So,
it's a rock and roll lifestyle, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I used to come home and there'd be Peter Powell sitting in my flat, and Pat McGlee, and I was thinking, whoa, and Woody, and I mean, it was great. I loved it. I love Ian. I'll always have a special place for Ian, but times change, unfortunately.
Sure,
and times change, and I don't see him. I mean, if he was back in the UK, I used to see him when he used to come back to the UK. He used to come back when his mum was alive. He used to come back to visit his mum, and I used to meet him on the quiet. Not so quiet now. I don't care now, but I used to meet him. I used to meet him on the quiet, but you know, times change. I mean, I doubt if I'll see him again, but there's also see Eric. I don't care.
Yeah, well, never say never, and you know, he knows, he remembers.
I like to think so.
Yeah, of course he did. No one could forget you, Diane. You're a wonderful person. You're very generous. You're so much fun.
I'm
sure.
The best years of my life.
Yeah.
The Rolex years. I mean, half the stuff I can't even think of to tell you because some things was just fun. It was just fun times.
Yeah, and
it was.
I think that's why we still keep going back to it, because it is a time that was so innocent and so fun, and it was just lovely, and we did all work together or against each other, but it was in good fun. There really wasn't a lot of maliciousness, I didn't think anyway. So I keep going back there. Okay, maybe there was, but not like it would be. I don't think not like it would be today. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
I think it's no. I think today would definitely be more spirited.
Do fans do it? I mean, my daughter's 27, and when she was younger, she used to follow like the Wanted and the Jonas Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But not like we. I mean, I took her to see Eric when she was 14. He played in a park in Essex, and we was all chatting and having a laugh with him before we left. And that was in Harlow, wasn't it? No, that was in was it Romford Way? Anyway, we was all chatting with him and that before we left. He kissed everybody goodbye, and I pushed my daughter forward to kiss him, and she was like horrified. She was horrified. She was like, oh my God, I mean, let's do it. Get off. Even I see my daughter last weekend, and she said in the car, what music should I put on? I said, I don't know. So she's put the rollers on, and she's singing all the songs.
Oh, you raised her right.
You did.
It's great.
Yeah,
even
it
my
is.
son knows who they are. And I mean, when I see Eric, I haven't seen Eric for a long time, because when I have my children, times change. And
Sure.
I was working full time, and things happen, don't they? And like children anyway. I didn't see him from in the 90s. I didn't see him in the 90s till the first time I seen him was in 2005, and he was in Spain. He used to live here. He used to live in Spain, and on a Wednesday night he used to do an open mic night in a pub not far from here. So I said to my husband, let's go up there and see him. So I'm sitting there with my husband, and Eric's walked in. So I said, what should I do? Well, I don't know. So anyway, Eric went back to the car, and I walked out there and went to him, hello Eric, I'm back. And he just went,
like he'd seen a ghost.
He nearly fell on the floor. And he went, oh, who are you with? So I said, I'm with my husband. He went, oh, show me. Probably thought, thank God for that. And I come in and introduced him to my husband. And what did you say to him? He says to my husband, how do you put up with it? He goes to me, you're crazy. He says, if he was following Kylie Minogue or something, you wouldn't like it. I said, I wouldn't mind. He goes, you. I said, I don't care if he wants to do that. He goes, you're nuts. I said, oh, shut up. and the way we talked to him, people were shocked at the way we talked to him. Yeah, I don't talk to him like, oh, hello Eric, can I have your autograph? No, there's no fan worship. I talk to him like, wait, over here.
That's what he loves about you, I'm sure.
No, I don't know. Yeah.
So when he came to Spain, were you living there as well, as a coincidence, or?
No, my mother-in-law was living here. So we used to come out. I used to book. Eric used to play on a Wednesday night, so I used to book 2 days off work.
Here we go again.
so I could come out here to see him.
Oh, that's fabulous.
I'd fly out here on the Wednesday afternoon, and I'd go home on the Thursday, and I just come out to see him. But my poor husband, bless his heart, Eric gets to these places at 6 o'clock at night, and he doesn't leave there till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
Oh, God.
So my poor Ian...
Yeah, it's a long night.
So my poor Ian there from 6 o'clock at night till 3 o'clock the next morning.
That's a good husband.
He has a few beers and he wants to go to sleep.
Well, that's what husbands do. That's what they're there for. Well, that is just really interesting.
But there's loads of things. But half the stuff, it was just I don't even know what to tell you. It's just from when they started in '74 up till now in 2020. It's just the people I've met have been great. I've loved Eric 46 years, and he said to me in Hoyk, which I thought was good. He went to me, "You're the oldest one here." I thought, what? I said to him, what? He went to me, "No, you're the oldest one that goes back the furthest."
Oh, that's lovely.
And when he played, he's done a couple of gigs. He done one gig I went to when Karen and Mandy was there, and he thanked me for coming up. He said thank you to Diane for coming up. He played one place in Tunbridge Wells years ago, and he said to me, "Stand up." I went, "What?" He went to me, "Stand up and let me introduce you."
Aww. He loves you.
He played at Hastings in a street festival, and I sang with him. Not as good as Lisa, because I can't sing, but I had a bit of shang-a-lang.
Oh, what fun. That's awesome.
He loves you, and it's very apparent when we see you two together. So that's a wonderful thing. It means so much. It just means everything. The fact that they, are now in a position to reciprocate all those feelings, it's very cool, don't you think?
It's just the best years of my life. I've got a bit of paper here with things on. I'm just chopping about all over the shop because I can't remember, but everything they done from '74 onwards. If it was in the UK, I'd be there. Everything.
Now,
and the only other person that I remember that goes back that far is Heather.
Did you have interaction? Did you have interactions with Hev back then?
Heather was alright. Heather like Liz.
Yeah.
Heather's okay.
So you remember her from back then?
Heather was there. Yeah, Heather was alright. Heather like Les. Les would leave Heaven Street and he would take his people with him.
Like the Pied Piper.
Les would come up Heaven Street and he'd go back to his flat and all the Les fans would go as well.
So that was great.
That was great.
So another one of our girls who did a podcast, Susan, she was at Heaven Street, but she flew over from America. Do you remember seeing her or having interaction with her?
Not at Eden Street. I met her at a gig that Eric did, but I didn't know her, but I knew her friend Lorraine, and he done one. I see him at this gig, but he done another gig, a student union gig, and you had to have tickets to get in it. So I was waiting outside, and I thought, I'm not a student, I can't get in. So I said to the man on the door, "Is Eric here?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Can you ask him if Diane can come in?" So he said, "I'll go and ask." And he came back and he went to me, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, come in." Unfortunately, I had Lorraine with me. And so I took him with me, which went down like a lead balloon, because he wasn't very happy.
How come?
Because there's a bit of a difference between people like me and people like Lorraine. I go and see Eric and I respect him with his privacy, his family, and everything else. I mean, Eric's had many a girlfriend over the years, and I've always been friendly with all of them. He had a girlfriend called Karina that he lived with in Milner Street, and she used to ring me and tell me he was coming back on the flight the next day. So I'd say, great. So she'd say, ring me from the airport, let me know when they've landed. And I had a good relationship with her. I had a good relationship with Cass. So he knew that. He knew that I wasn't a lunatic and I wasn't going to cause any aggro. But unfortunately, there are people like Lorraine that want to cause trouble.
Oh wow. Okay. Understood. Understood.
So when I took her in with me because she was standing on her own, and I think, I can't leave her outside because she's on her own. And you weren't very happy when I turned up with her.
Well, you didn't.
That's probably the last one before he took an injunction out on them. So, yeah, probably. When he'd be fishing, he'd go fishing to get away, have a bit of peace and quiet, and people would turn up. I mean, with me, it takes me dying go home.
And you would. And you would.
Yes, I would. And you know, but some people push their luck too far, and he had to take an injunction out against a few people.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
And like with Cass and that, Cass was Eric's choice. Cass was Eric's choice. He picked Cass.
Of course.
As his partner. And you've got to respect it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like Pecco, Les picked Pecco. And Eileen, Alan picked Eileen. The other two, well, Pat picked Janine. Janine's lovely. Janine Andrews, lovely person. The other two, no thanks. But
You're so naughty.
That's their choice.
No, of course, it's their choice.
Their partners, and that's their choice, and you've got to respect that.
Absolutely.
Definitely, yeah.
There's millions of us that think, oh, I'm going to marry him, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're not.
Right.
I was going to marry Leslie Kieran when I was 14. Was you? Yeah. God help you. Do you have a luckiest guy? I did, yeah. But no. I mean, Pecco's lovely. Isla was lovely.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
Cassie's lovely. That's their choice, and everyone is entitled to some sort of privacy. So, unfortunately, he didn't get it, Eric. So, and he is quite a private person.
Yes, he is. So, okay, so there were examples where not everyone was as gracious as you and respected boundaries.
No.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Goes even now, there are people that don't respect boundaries. And just go that step too far.
Yeah. Yep. I don't understand. I mean, it's so just grilled into me. Like, I'm always, feeling if I stay a minute, I've stayed too long, but yeah.
It's like, I mean, I used to like Carl Elman. He's a British actor. He's done.
Oh, he's done the window clip.
Yeah, he's done a few. He's Carl Elman. He's a British actor. I mean, you won't know who he is, but he's a nice bloke. And he used to do a lot of comedy, and he used to do a lot of straight acting. And he used to come to a theatre where I lived. He used to do some straight acting, and I'd go in the bar afterwards. And I went in there with one of my friends from work. I said, I'm going to talk to him. She's going, oh, no. I said, why not? I said, as long as you're not a nuisance. When he was talking with people, I would respect the fact that he's talking to somebody. When he'd finished talking, I would say to him, Carl, would you mind if I take a photo? And he said, not at all. And then he would come and stand with us. So if you respect people, then that's fine.
Yep. Get your picture and move on. Yep.
It's like when I lived with Ian, we'd be in a pub, and we was in a pub one night, some man come over and went, was you in the Bay City Rollers? And he went, nah. he went back to the bar, so the man is just staring at us. So I said, why don't you just say yes? Just let the man have an autograph, and then he'll go away. I said, because there he's just standing there.
Trying to work out where he knows it.
Yeah, yeah.
But to me, living with Ian makes me realise they're just people. They're people. They're just ordinary people.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now, was he a messy boy?
No, he's a fantastic cook.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh. So what was his specialty?
He could make anything. He'd make Christmas dinner.
Wow.
He used to cook everything. He was good. He tried to teach me to play.
That's awesome.
He tried to teach me to play the guitar, but they made my fingers bleed. I couldn't do that. When he went on the breakout tour in 1985, I said to him, "Do not come back without all the merchandise. If you don't bring it back, don't bother coming back." So I had the album, the concert programme, all the little bits of presents he'd been bought. It was like Christmas when he come home. I was very excited. And when they played in London and they played in Leeds in 1983, I'd done 2 gigs, one in Leeds and one in London. It was all of them, all the rollers. And it was like, the one in Leeds, it was like, there was punks spitting. Yeah, there was punks all spitting. at the rollers, and someone threw a bottle at Les. Les threw it back, and it was Les that got bloody arrested.
Oh, jeez.
And at the London gig, I was living with Ian, and I went in the pub to talk to him, and I wasn't allowed to go near him because he had minders. I thought, how stupid is that?
That's pretty funny. I live with him, but yeah, I clean the toilet, but I can't go see him. That's funny.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed, but yeah, living with him was, but he's just an ordinary person.
Right.
He's just the same as us, and I think that done me a favour, really, because you think, oh, these people are different. They're in a band, and they're like gods, but no, they're not.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, well, I was never 14. I was only 16 when I started. I was a late developer. Yeah, but you know, it's just normal. He's I enjoyed living with him. He was just like my brother. It was good.
So, like, did he do the shopping up, or did you do the shopping?
We went shopping together. We used to go shopping together. We used to do a lot together. He used to come to some of my work. We had like functions at work, and I remember I worked for a bank, so everyone was quite conservative. And he would turn up to some of my functions at work with blue hair, pair of jeans that like they'd been painted on him, and my people I used to work with just used to stand there looking at him, thinking, what has she brought with her?
Hey, you got to shake it up. You got to shake it up once in a while.
Yeah, I think that's normal. Yeah.
I think that's.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of things together. Yeah, it was just like my brother.
Would you do like holidays together? Would you go away together?
No, I didn't go anywhere.
No,
I didn't go on holiday. I don't think we couldn't afford to go on holiday.
Yeah, you were young.
We could just about pay the rent.
I think that's going to fascinate so many people. That it's just so surreal.
Ian's band played the Embassy. The Rocks played the Embassy in the 80s. I can't remember what year. I can't remember. I went round to the Rollers was all in London. I was staying in a hotel apart from Eric, he was at home. It was Alan, Derek, Woody and Duncan. So I went round and I said to them, do you want to come see Ian's band? And they said, yeah, we'll come. Well, Eric didn't want to come. He didn't want to come. So we took the others with us. Took Alan, Derek, Duncan and Woody to see Ian's band play. But all the fans were there. All Ian's band's fans. And I'm going to him, go away, go to your own band. This fan story about Les. Oh, I will admit, please, yeah. And then I queued up for tickets for Wings, for Woody and Duncan, so I could go and see Wings. I didn't give Eric the option of going, because I only had 2 tickets, and I thought, well, if I can't come with you, you won't go in either.
I love how your brain works. I love it.
Exactly. So I let Woody and Duncan go. Oh, it's very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, Jan's talking about when we went to Le Monde, Edinburgh. After the first year at Hike, we went to Le Monde to watch Alan's thing.
Mm-hmm.
After Alan died,
I ran with Jan. Yeah.
Yoga, that lovely little Japanese girl, Yoko, and all of those. All the Japanese girls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make pain. And bless them, they're so sweet. And I was standing outside, so I said, oh, Derek's gone in. They're going, oh, Derek's gone in. I said, yeah, Derek's gone in. So they're all standing there. I went, oh, there's Liz. She went, Leslie.
Oh.
They're nearly running up the road.
Diane.
We thought it was quite funny. That's funny, because they're all looking at them. Oh, Leslie.
Oh dear, oh dear.
And I can't help it.
No, you can't help who you are, Diane. That's why we love you.
Can't help it, but yeah. I'll have to sort some of my photos out so you can put them up. But I've got thousands, but they're all back in the UK.
Yep, you did send us some that we're going to pop on the podcast, and we are going to hold you to that promise. I want some good pictures.
I've got loads back. I've got Eric in his fur coat. I've got Eric nearly wearing his shorts.
What do you mean by nearly wearing?
Huh?
What do you mean by nearly wearing?
Well, we used to wear this pair of shorts in the 70s. That didn't leave a lot to your imagination.
Oh, those shorts. Okay, I got you now. Nearly wearing.
Like that.
Nearly wearing.
I've got this photo blown up of him that's massive in his shorts on my wall.
Oh dear.
I used to, you know, have the recording studios till 4 o'clock, and he'd come out and he'd go, "Whoa." Off he'd go home, and I think that was fantastic. Then I'd go home, have a cup of tea, and I'd have to go to work. Crazy. Crazy.
Just wonderful. Wonderful stories, Diane. Thank you.
They're awesome. Thank you.
I've got thousands, but off the top of my head, I can't think. Just as we were being a fan in the 70s, living in London, you had to go there all the time. And then I'd go, if I wasn't there, I'd go to Edinburgh and just hang around and annoy their families. Go and see their mums and dads and their brothers and all that. So.
And they didn't, I mean, they were open to that? Obviously they were, if they...
So the parents?
Yeah.
The parents?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Woody's mum and dad was always nice. They was always lovely. And Ronnie, Gordon didn't live at home, his older brother, he wasn't there, but the little one, Ronnie, was there. He was only about 10, so we used to bribe him, take him down the fair and buy him sweets and ask him millions of questions.
Love it.
And Leslie's mum and dad were nice, and his brothers, everyone was a bit scared of Harry, but Ronnie was alright. Ronnie was fine. See Pat's mum and dad. Who else? Eric's mum and dad were lovely.
How about the Longmuirs?
Well, Duncan still lived at Caledonia Road. We'd see Betty and Alice now and then coming in and going, but...
Oh, so Duncan lived in their house?
No, Duncan the father.
Oh gosh.
Father, yeah.
Oh gosh. Sorry.
Yeah, Duncan their dad. Yeah, he lived there.
Yeah.
And the 1975 tour, I got all their mums and dads to sign my concert programme.
Oh.
Wow.
So that was good. Yeah, they're fun. Woody's mum. Woody lived at the top floor of a tenement block.
Marchmont Street.
Yeah, Marchmont Street. He lived at the top of a block of flats. So his mum used to put a board on the wall and say, "Girls, please don't write on the walls." They used to write on the board.
Yeah.
And you used to think, take a bit of the mat, take a thread of their mat, and take the milk bottle, and crazy things used to take. I might have drunk out of that milk bottle, and have a bit of that carpet.
Yeah. Oh dear.
And then obviously then Tam got that place at Goga Burn. We used to go there. I mean, he had that funny story. He told me. He had when he joined the Rollers, he had a Mini, and he came out of Tam's house to the bottom of the lane, and his car broke down. So he said to the girls, "Oh, help me push my car, get it started, and then I'll give you an autograph." They went, "Alright." So they all pushed his car and he drove off.
Not nice.
Well, so did you ever meet Tam back then? I mean, you must have.
Tam?
Yeah.
Tam tried to kill me.
What? All right, come back. Yes, we are absolutely stopping here. You will just have to tune in next time to hear how Tam tried to kill our poor Diane. Aren't her stories just wonderful? She's so funny. She's so delightful. And I think this episode is actually going to be a drinking game. Every time I say, "Oh dear," you have to drink. I think you're going to be pretty lit after that. On behalf of Bay City Rollers fan events and of course my lovely co-host Laura, thank you so much for listening. Until next time, keep on rolling.